China versus U.S. tech war. Who's really winning? First, it was solar panels, then electric vehicles, and now China has raised the stakes. It aims to surpass the U.S. and claim dominance in artificial intelligence. And guess what? All signs indicate it is succeeding. Essentially, a Chinese company has developed an AI chatbot as advanced as ChatGPT-4, one of the most powerful models available. But what's truly remarkable is that it achieved this with minimal resources and at about 25 times less cost. Unsurprisingly, if you ask this AI about Tiananmen, it will describe it as a picturesque square, perfect for enjoying the afternoon sun. And you wouldn't dare ask this question while in China, though since it's open source, you can run it locally without exposing your data to Xi Jinping. So why has this rattled the US stock market? Well, the situation is straightforward. Major tech corporations have long enjoyed staggering levels of investment, often reaching hundreds of billions of dollars. But now, a Chinese firm like Deepseek is challenging that narrative by proving it can rival industry giants using only mid-tier hardware and a budget of mere millions. Traditionally, building advanced AI models has followed a clear pattern. The larger the model, the higher the training costs. While exceptions exist, this has been the dominant trend. Deepseek, however, argues that massive funding isn't essential. They claim comparable results can be achieved with far fewer resources. Consider this. In 2023, U.S. private sector investment in AI dwarfed China's by a factor of 10. Skeptics might question whether Deepseek's cost claims are entirely truthful, but anyone familiar with China's tech landscape isn't shocked. For years, China has delivered high-tech innovations at significantly lower cost than global competitors, so its rise in AI feels inevitable. Another key detail: Deepseek isn't a spin-off from China's elite universities or state-backed institutions. Its emergence as a disruptor underscores the broader trend of innovation thriving outside traditional powerhouses. A reminder that groundbreaking ideas don't always require bottomless budgets or prestigious pedigrees. China's AI advancements haven't come from a major company, but a small investment firm, showing that innovation is emerging naturally rather than through a massive push to compete with the U.S. DeepSeek isn't an exception. It's just an early sign of what's ahead. The big question is, how has China become so competitive in this field? And can it truly rival or surpass the U.S.? This pattern isn't unique to AI. China is already challenging European automakers with its electric vehicles. Economists call this phenomenon the China cycle. Foreign companies set up production in China for cheap labor and market access, but over time, China gains expertise, builds its own brands, and competes globally, just like it did with Xiaomi and Huawei. China's AI rise differs from past industries. It wasn't driven by foreign investment, but by homegrown innovation. While DeepSeek builds on ChatGPT's foundation, its key advancement lies in training, optimizing reasoning instead of relying on massive datasets. China's edge comes from demographics and national security. With a high percentage of engineering graduates, the country has shifted from a labor-driven economy to a knowledge-based one, expanding higher education to counter a shrinking workforce. This shift has already made Chinese universities highly competitive, even surpassing the U.S. in scientific citations and AI-related patents. However, the U.S. has imposed export controls to limit China's AI progress, restricting access to advanced chips and semiconductor manufacturing tools. Yet, China has adapted. Huawei is developing its own microchips, and DeepSeek optimized its model to run on less powerful hardware. Ironically, U.S. restrictions may be accelerating China's AI innovation rather than stopping it. U.S. export controls on high-tech goods are a short-term measure. Long-term success requires real competitiveness. This is why the CHIPS Act was introduced, to boost domestic semiconductor investment. So far, it has attracted significant funding, and early factories are operational. Meanwhile, China has millions of skilled workers and government-backed financial control, allowing it to channel massive resources into AI. Investment firms once focused on finance have shifted toward AI research, accelerating innovation. Some argue the U.S. is misallocating scientific talent in finance instead of advancing technology. However, the real lesson from China lies in education and business organization, not finance. The question remains, will the U.S. regain the lead with its next AI breakthroughs? Don't forget that here on Through Nahol's Lens, we release new videos every day, so subscribe to this channel and hit the little bell so as not to miss any of our updates. If you like this video,